Have you here with us on this beautiful Friday morning, and the first of many proclamations here at the Office of the Governor of Guam to proclaim April 27 to May 4th as Stewardship Week. As you know, we're a little bit early, and that's good, better early than late. At this time, before we begin, I want to, of course, recognize at the head of our table, our host, the Honorable Joshua Tenorio, Sugunda Magalohan, Guam Lieutenant Governor of Guam. Let's give a round of applause. From the 38th Guam Legislature, I see Senator Therese Chulahi, half a day. And to her immediate left, Senator Shelley Calvo, half a day. I know he's playing double duty today. He's from all the way from Analahan, from the Mayor's Council of Guam. Mayor TC, that's Mayor Tony Charla. Also want to welcome Joseph Santos, chairperson for the Northern Guam Soil Water Conservation District, SWCD, and all of those from the Northern Guam Southern Water Conservation District. Let's give a round of applause as well. Also want to welcome Michael E. Duggan, chairperson for the Southern Guam Soil Water Conservation District, and all those from our Southern Guam Soil Water Conservation District. I also want to welcome, am I missing somebody? Senator Jesse Lujan joining us. I also want to recognize our board. Sorry, I was waiting for this text message. Joseph Santos, chairperson, give a round of applause. Katrina Reyes, our treasurer. Please raise your hand when I call you. Marlene Revo, our director. Marlene. Thomas Tanaka Jr., our director. Norma Castillan, secretary. Michael E. Duggan, of course, I recognize him as chairperson. Glenn Takai, vice chairperson. Yvonne Miguel Waneza, director. Martha Tenorio, director. Dr. Glenn Bula, director. Thank you so much for your patience as we work through my technical difficulties. Without further ado, I want to welcome or give him a microphone so he can have the floor. Joseph Santos, chairperson for the Northern Guam Soil Water Conservation District, for his opening remarks.
Oh.
No?
Use the mic, Joe. Oh, use the mic. Use the mic.
Just like karaoke.
Hello. Lieutenant Governor, welcome, and Senators, welcome, and ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome to this proclamation for the soil and water conservation. This year's 2025 soil and water conservation theme of Igima Nagaigi Linadsan, our home is where the habitat is, ties our Chamorro values to our island of Guam, our land, our waters, our home. Guam instills in its people a sense of place, a belonging that's rooted in Guam's unique cultural weaving of the past and present, a tapestry of sorts. The traditional value of Costumbre Chamorro, including Inafa Maulik, interdependence, and respeto, which is respect, are not just concepts, but lived experiences that create a sense of communal destiny. It is a blending of traditional Chamorro customs and practices. These traditional practices of Mangingi, which is to honor our elders, Minamala, being humble, Inadahi, caring, and Tensuli, which is giving, are part of the core values deeply embedded in the life of the island, fostering a sense of identity and belonging that rise above geographical boundaries. These practices were instilled by my parents, aunts, and uncles, and grandmothers, with the understanding that wherever you visit, you leave it better than when you came. Growing up, we form connections not only with places, but with the people around these places, family, friends, and neighbors. These relationships are understated yet powerful forces that anchor one sense of home because it ties us to a place, the land and the water. Guam's stunning natural beauty also portrays a pivotal role in its attraction. The lush green spaces, pristine beaches, and turquoise blue oceans are places of childhood adventures, family picnics, barbecues, and spiritual rejuvenation, making them powerful magnets, drawing people back to our island. Guam's 4,000-year-old history, recently marked by centuries of colonial rule, wartime enemy occupation, and strategic military importance, has also shaped a unique sense of resilience and pride among her people. This shared history, though fraught with challenges, has fostered a strong community spirit and collective resolve to preserve and celebrate the island's heritage, autonomy, and control of our land and waters. The ultimate effect of Guam, therefore, is a tapestry woven from the threads of culture, history, natural beauty, taking care of our land and waters, and a strong sense of community. It is a phenomenon that highlights the human need for belonging and identity, and how a place, no matter how small and far-flung, holds a special place in the hearts of our people and visitors alike. This enduring connection to Guam, observed in the diasporas and those who have formed a bond with the island, underscore the universal human yearning for a place that one can call truly home. It is returning to a place where one's story began, reconnecting with the past, and finding comfort in the familiar. It is a reminder that no matter how far one wanders, the heart often yearns for the simplicity and authenticity of its roots. Tied to all of this sense of place and belonging is our natural environment. Our habitat is everything that is around us, including both living and non-living things such as soil, water, animal, and plants, which adapt themselves to their surrounding. It is nature's gift that helps in nourishing life on our Tenota and our planet Earth. Taking care of her through sustainable practices show our interdependence, which is part of our core value of Inafa Maule, respect for the land and the waters. Our island habitat is crucial for several reasons. She provides essential resources like water, air, and our food that sustain all that surrounds us. It is the foundation of our existence, encompassing everything around us. Therefore, caring for our habitat is vital to our health, productivity, and the prosperous economy that we currently have. A clean and healthy habitat ensures that our future generation can enjoy and benefit from Guam's natural resources. However, in recent years, Guam is threatened by invasive species, the need to develop, and lastly, human in-migration where acculturation does not occur. This year's conservation theme of Igima Nagagi Linadzan, our home is where the habitat is, makes it imperative that we become better stewards of our island of Guam. With our people's rich history, cultural sense of place, and breathtaking vistas, Guam serves as more than just a geographic location. It represents a nexus of memories and traditions and a distinct way of life that imprints itself on everyone who experiences it. The Chamorro culture, with its ethos of respect and community and a deep connection to the land and sea, builds a sense of identity and belonging that is hard to replicate elsewhere. Biba Conservation, Biba Gohan.
Representing the Northern Guam Soil Water Conservation District. And now we're going to hear from the South, from Michael E.B. Ugin, chairperson for the Southern Guam Soil Water Conservation District.
Day and good morning, Lieutenant Governor. We're expecting the governor here today also, but you're very much welcome here today.
Let me just say that the governor is here, but I'm keeping the trains moving. We don't want to keep you, so as soon as she finishes her meeting, she'll be done.
Oh, okay, that's very good. Anyways, the message is for both of them. Too. So on behalf of Southern Guam Soil Water Conservation Districts, we're truly honored to be here with you to celebrate Guam Soil and Water Stewardship Week. Today we stand here today as we have you, the Lieutenant Governor, and the governors who has not only recognized that work, but truly stands with us. Governors, you've been first. Oh, sorry. Governor, you're Lieutenant Governor. You took it off there already. So you've seen firsthand how far we've come already. Really, that's as a board, we're proud members of the National Association of Conservation Districts, an organization that represents over 3,000 districts across the country. But out of those 3,000 districts, Guam stands out, and I truly mean that. There's the recognition throughout the nation for Guam is huge. Thanks to your support and the incredible work of our team, we've been able to step into the national leadership roles, bringing Guam's perspective to the table and advocating for our island needs. And I'm talking about the whole Pacific Island territories and other states. NACD has become a true partner, offering funding for staff, resources for farmers, and helping us do more with less. And through their Stewardship Week campaign, we're proud to say Guam is right there alongside every other district across the country, pushing forward with a purpose. One of the best parts of this journey has been getting back in touch with our farmers. We started this outreach with just 4 registered members. Today we have 38 farmers who have signed on to our mission. These are real people, farmers who we visited on their land, talk story with, and help connect with conservation resources. That's 38 families, 38 farms, and 38 reasons to keep going. And we know that there are plenty more out there. So our boots are on the ground, and we're just getting started. Next year, hopefully we can even double that. Yes. Governor, we especially want to thank you for your bold leadership around the feral swine crisis. And it truly is a crisis on this island. Your early support wasn't just appreciated, it was pivotal. Because of the funding from your administration, we were able to strengthen our partnerships with APHIS, expand our network of big bird traps, and most significantly, we were able to get $780,000 in funding for our farmers to install perimeter fencing to protect their crops and their livelihoods. That investment didn't just solve a problem. It helped us unlock natural resources through the National Association of Conservation Districts and the USDA. The impact has truly been threefold. It's one of the clearest examples of what happens when local leadership meets federal opportunity, and the farmers of Guam are seeing the benefits of that. This year's theme, Home is Where the Habitat Is, reminds us that stewardship starts early and it starts with education. And Governor, we're proud to launch the Guam Educators Conservation Summit right inside the CIS conference, which, yeah, you guys, the governor's co-chair for that event. So this is a big moment for us with the support of NACD and UOG Center for Island Sustainability. We're hosting a week-long summit where Southern teachers will learn how to integrate conservation and sustainability into their classrooms. Every teacher will leave with real lessons plans, 3 graduate credits, and the inspiration to help raise the next generation of environmental leaders. And thanks to the support of Guam DOE, one representative from each Southern school has been approved to attend this conference summit, as well as the Catholic schools, charter schools, and others that are within the Southern Guam will be sending a representative to this symbol. Governor, your leadership in both education and climate made this possible. The truth is, soil and water conservation districts matter now more than ever. We're locally led, farmer connected, rooted in community, and backed by strong partners like your administration and the NACD. The theme, Home is Where the Habitat Is, hits home for us because we live where we serve. Governor, thank you again for recognizing the work of our districts through this proclamation. It's not just a ceremonial gesture, it's a reminder that stewardship takes all of us, including you guys. Yeah, from the farmers in Maleso to the students in Inalahan to the teachers in Telefofo and you, Governor, we all have a role to play in protecting this place we call home. We look forward to continuing this work grounded in culture, backed by science, and guided by partnerships that make Guam stronger. Si Diyos Masi, happy Stewardship Week.
Policy, Mike, and just to speak to that, last year's proclamation was nowhere nearly as big. I was expecting fewer people, and then I came in the room and I was very surprised, very pleasantly surprised to see you almost doubled your numbers. And I'm looking forward to next year where we're going to fill this entire room with stewards, including myself, because now I raise chickens and I totally understand home is where the habitat is and growing my own eggs, the benefit of growing my own eggs. And now, before I proceed to the remarks from our Lieutenant Governor, I do want to recognize Senator Sabina Perez. She joined us in the corner. And now I want to give the floor to the Honorable Joshua Tenori Segundo Magalahan Guahan, and he hails from the South.
Yeah, that's right, Talapopo. And of course, I have to admit, I did grow up in Sinania, and but living in the South is such a pleasure. It really is. And when I'm able to see all of the farms that are in active use, looking at all of the families that continue the practice, it's so gratifying to be down there. One of the most important responsibilities that the entire elected leadership has is this cause and responsibility of environmental stewardship and resource conservation. A few months ago, it seems like almost a distant past because of all the changes, but we were able to host the National Association of Conservation Districts here, along with officials from the National Resource Conservation Service. And one of the discussions we had was one of the threats we see on Guam, where we have a lot of issues with farmlands. And in fact, one of the biggest areas is in the Chamorro land trust areas, where we see agricultural leases being used to store abandoned vehicles. It really is contrary to what the purpose was, and actually is causing an environmental crisis. Many of these vehicles are over the waterlands, and it does require a government-wide effort to try and find proper waste streams to remove them. I'll note that recently legislation or a new statute was passed, sponsored by Senator Sabina Perez, that gives us additional resources to try and do some bit more interaction. And while we continue to resolve that. But we talked about all the need and all the resources we have to empower farmers to know how best to farm their properties, and also an imperative to make sure that agricultural leases are truly being used for agricultural purposes, and self-sustainment also is a parameter. It's definitely something that we encourage, but certainly also needs to have a standard. And that's where I believe that both the Northern and Southern conservation districts present an opportunity for all of us to provide outreach in partnership with the University of Guam, with the Guam Department of Agriculture, and with the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The reality right now is there are a tremendous amount of conservation programs that are at risk, including those from the federal level. All of us know that there have been key people in the U.S. Department of Agriculture that have been longtime employees whose work has been disrupted, and some of them also has been, some of that work also has been erased. But that means it's a bigger challenge for all of us to be able to empower ourselves and to shepherd our island through this disruption. It is a disruption that is happening. But when we look back at these last few years, we have been empowering ourselves by expanding the knowledge base and also expanding the number of people that can do these interventions in the field of conservation. And I want to note that through the efforts of the NCRS and the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Government of Guam agencies came together to identify and to review and to look back at all of the various public properties, the legal mandates for conservation areas that have been embedded in over the last few decades by the Guam legislature, to really have a big picture sense about what land use is happening and where the conservation areas must be maintained and protected. These are all tools that have been given to us in these last few years that now we have to empower ourselves to execute. Of course, we do this in the face of an expansion of the military, a militarization that is occurring because of our role in the national security. It's happening also with the expansion of a population and the economic needs for housing and community development. But there's always going to be a balance, and that balance is going to be determined by all of us here in this room. So I want to recognize all of the folks that are part of this effort. We have people from the University of Guam academians, we have farmers, we have government regulators, we have program coordinators, we have individuals, community action groups, nonprofit organizations, all doing different things in the area of conservation. And today is our opportunity to recognize that work and also to inform each other of that work. And that's going to be the beauty of the upcoming event. So on behalf of our administration and the people of Guam, we invite the general public, the community of Guam, to examine what their individual roles are in the conservation and preservation of our island. Si Diyos maasi and Viva Conservation.
Jesus Masi LT. I now want to call to the podium for the reading of the proclamation, Norma Casillan, Secretary for the Northern Guam SWCD.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to read this very important proclamation this morning. Proclamation number 2025-30, a proclamation of the governor proclaiming April 27 to May 4th, 2025 as Stewardship Week. Whereas healthy, fertile soil and clean water are the lifeblood of nutrition and sustenance throughout the world, and soil conservation is a benefit to everyone. Whereas effective conservation practices ensure soil, water, animals, plants, and air can provide a rich standard of living. Whereas our survival and continued production and access to quality food and water depend upon the robust management of diverse natural resources nationwide. Whereas the stewardship calls upon every individual to help conserve these precious resources to ensure their prosperity for generations to come. Whereas a focus on restoring and protecting native habitats play a vital role in maintaining biodiversity, supporting pollinators, and enhancing ecosystem health, thereby strengthening the foundation for long-term soil and water conservation efforts. And whereas the 2025 Stewardship Week theme is Home is Where the Habitat Is, emphasizing the essential role of natural and managed habitats is sustaining healthy ecosystems. This theme highlights that our homes, whether urban, rural, or wild, depend on the health of the habitats around us, and that protecting these habitats ensures a thriving environment for all living things. Thank you.
Now, therefore, I, Joshua F. Tenorio, Segundo Magalahing Guahan, Lieutenant Governor of Guam, hereby together with Lourdes A. Leongaro, Magahagan Guahan, Governor of Guam, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Organic Act of Guam as amended, do hereby proclaim April 27th to May 4th, 2025 as Stewardship Week. I further cause the Great Seal of Guam to be affixed in the capital village of Hagåtña on this 4th day of April in the year of our Lord, Anno Domini 2025. Viva Stewardship Week!
Thank you, Ms. Norma. Thank you, LT, for that signing. I now want to invite all our stakeholders who are with us for this 9:30 proclamation to join us in the front for a group photo. And it'll be proof that next year with the numbers we have to beat, okay? Mike, proof that we have to double these numbers next week for our stakeholders that join us again. Thank you so much. Happy Earth Month as well.